Welcome back to Scratch and coding a game from scratch. Okay, so in the last video what we looked at was how we could turn on video sensing and then put a object on the screen and make something happen to it with our video sensing. So let me just move this back, press the play button, let's make it full screen, press the play button, and now there is our game. Okay, so that's what we've done so far. Okay, next what we're going to do is we need to create a variable. Okay, actually we need to create two variables because our game would be much more interesting if we was to have a score and maybe have a timer and count down. So in order to do that, we need to go to variables. So we can tap on variables here. And there we've got our option to create variables. Now what I want you to do now, I want you to tell me what you think a variable is. Off you go. A variable is something that changes all the time. Okay, so with a score, it's going to change. 1, 2, 3. With a timer, it's going to change. It's going to come down. We're going to count down. So it's something that changes. So we're going to make a variable. So we're going to tap on make variable. And this one is going to be called simply score. Now we're going to apply this to all the sprites. There's only one at the moment, but we're going to apply it to all the sprites and click OK. So there you can see my score has come up on my screen there. Let's create a second variable. This is going to be timer. And again, for all sprites, click OK. And now you can see the timer is here. Now I'm going to move that timer. Let's just make that a bit bigger. I'm going to move that timer to this side of the screen, so it's there. And I'm going to make it a large readout like so. We don't need it to say timer. There we go, like so. All right, let's bring that back. Let's code something to make something happen. So what do you need to do first? So look at your variable screen there and tell me what you think needs to happen next. Off you go. So what we're going to do, let me just move that to the side. We're going to go to the events button and we're going to bring in another flag. Now we could use the one that's already there, but let's just use another one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back down to the variables and we need to set our variables to a chosen value. So let's set our variable. Now we need to tap this drop down menu and choose the variable that we're going to do. So let's do score. Now when the game starts, we want our variable to start at 0. Let's now bring in our second one and let's drop down and let's go to our timer. And this time we want our variable for our timer. We don't want it to start from 0. We want it to start from a higher number so it can count down. So let's say to begin with, let's say 30. Okay, there we go. Let's look at what's happening. So when there's motion, it's going to play a sound and it's the pop sound. It's going to hide it. It's going to wait a second before it brings it back up and shows it in a random position. So after the pop sound, we want our score to go up by 1. So we can do that by dragging in change variable. So we're going to bring in change the variable and we can choose how we want to change the variable. So we want to choose the drop down button here and go to score and we can change it by 1, 2, 5, whatever we want to, but I'm going to keep it as 1. And then what we can do is attach that back like so. Now let's play it again and see what happens. Let's go full screen. you can see there, my score is going up. But you also notice that the timer is staying where it is. So let's stop that. Let's take that down. Let's just move that aside so it doesn't annoy us. So now we have to think about how we're going to do the timer. So to do the timer, we need to think about a new concept, because what we want to do is we want to repeat the process of the timer going down by 1 second. So we want to create something that does that. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to try and find the command that's going to allow us to go round and round and round. Off you go. So the command you want is going to be in the control area. Now if you look down here, there's lots of different ones here. We can say forever. So let's put the forever in there. This is known as a loop. This is the forever loop. Then what do we want to happen? Well, the timer is going to go down by 1 second. So let's stay in control, and then we're going to wait 1 second. And then we want to reduce the timer by 1 second. So let's go down to variables, and we're going to change the variable. Now the variable that we want is timer, and we're going to change it by, now what are we going to change this by? What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to find out what number needs to go in this little box here. Now when you've done that, play your game, wait for the 30 seconds to go down, and tell me what happens. What is wrong with the program? Because we then need to do a debug. Off you go. So, if you think about it, we don't want to change the timer by 1, because then the timer will go up. It will go 31, 32, 33. We want to reduce it by -1. So let's change this to -1. And now when we run it, it's going to change the timer. So let's join our code up. Let's go full screen and play the game. Ready? Here, let's press the flag. Here we go. Ah, look, my timer is carrying on down, isn't it? It's going minus. We don't want that to happen, so let's stop that and let's go back to our code. So, how are we going to stop that from happening? Now, I'm going to give you a clue. You go to control. So I want you to look at all the different control commands here and look at the one that you think we're going to use. Remember, we are now doing what we call a loop. So we're looping this round. We got the forever one there, and now we need to choose something else that's going to make this work. Have a go. Off you go. The problem is it's the forever loop, because it's going on forever. We don't want it to go on forever. So let's drag this out and let's get rid of the forever loop. We're going to use repeat until. So we want it to repeat until what? Well, it's until the timer is at 0. So we want it to repeat until the timer variable is at 0. So we now need to use another section called operators. So tap on operators, and we want to say when the timer here, so let's put this in. This is saying when something's equal to. So let's change this. We need to say when that's equal to 0. Well, when the timer is equal to 0. So when the timer, and the timer is a variable. So let's go into our variables, and there is our timer, and we can drag that into the timer block. So what we want to do is repeat this until the timer gets to 0. So we want to repeat what's in here. And then what we also want to do is when it gets to that 0 point, we want to stop the game. So we can do that by going to the control area and then scrolling down, and you've got this stop. So we're going to add that at the bottom of our code. So now when we play it, it's going to go down from 10 and the game is over. But that can't be it, can it? So what else could we do with this? So, what do you think? How about we add some music? So when we play the game, we've got this nice music behind us. So we can do that by going into sounds. Now we've already got one sound here, so we can add some more. So we can add another one. So to do that, we're going to tap the sound button at the bottom, and then we can search. And as you can see, there are lots of different sounds here. Now, we want a sound that's going to go on a little bit longer. Now, there's a certain set of sounds that will allow us to do that, and they are loops. So we can tap on that and we can choose a sound. So what I'd like you to do is go and find a sound that you really want to use in your game, and then I want you to write a bit of code that's going to play that sound throughout the game. Off you go. So the sound I'm going to use is hip hop. So I'm going to tap hip hop. There is my sound. Now I can go back to code. And now what I want to do is I want to play that sound throughout. So the easiest way to do that is go to events. Let's click on another flag. So when the flag is pressed, we want to play that sound all of the time. So we can go down to control, and in our loops, we're going to bring in forever. And within forever, we want to play that sound. So let's tap on sound, and we're going to play the sound until it's done. And now when we play our game, so you can hear there the music playing. Now, we've got a game now, so what else could we do with this? Well, how about a game over screen? So we need to create a game over screen. Now to do that, you're going to create a brand new sprite. So let's see how far you can get in creating a game over sprite. I'm going to give you a clue. You need to create a brand new sprite from scratch, and then you need to use the text field to create the game over sprite. Okay, give it a go and see how you do. So let's give this a go. So I'm going to tap on the sprite button here, and instead of the search, we're going to tap the paintbrush button, and that's going to open up this screen. So now I want to tap the text button, and I'm going to change the font to marker. You can choose any font that you like. Tap the screen, and I'm going to type in game over. Okay, and you can see it's appeared next to my eye on the screen here. Now it's a bit small, so let's make it a little bit bigger. So let's tap on this. Now if you do lose that, you can just tap it like that and then drag it like so, and let's drag it into place. Game over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color by tapping on the fill button, and let's change it to a red like so. Okay, so there's my game over screen. So as you can see on our sprites now, we've got two. We've got our balloon and we've got our game over. But the game over, we don't want that to appear at the beginning. We've got two sprites. This is the code for the balloon, and this is the code for the game over. So how are we going to make the game over sprite disappear? We don't want it to appear when the game starts. So give that a go. Off you go. So the way to do this, we're going to tap on events. We're going to say when the flag is clicked, we're going to go to looks and we're going to hide the game over screen. That now, when we play it, the game over is gone. Now, what next? At the end of the game, we want the game over sprite to appear. So let's do that. Let's go back to the balloon. Now, instead of using stop all here, we can take that off for a minute. We now want to tell the game over sprite to appear. So we have to send it a message. Now we can do that by going to events and we want to broadcast a message. Now I'm going to change this message. We're going to tap on this message. We can create a new message and this is going to be called game over. Like so. Now that's our game over message. So let's see what's happening here. Set the score to 0, set the timer to 10, repeat until the timer gets to 0, and wait every second, bring the timer down by 1 second, and then broadcast at the end of the game, broadcast the game over message. So we now need to go back to the game over sprites, and then we can bring in this one. When I receive the game over message, we can wait maybe a couple of seconds, say 3 seconds, and then we can stop everything, like so. Let's play that now. Let's connect this up, and then let's play the whole game and see what happens.
There is a bug in the code. See if you can debug it before the next lesson. And then in the next lesson, we will debug it together.